Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, a courtesy call. I am not afraid of the storm.
Yeah, buddies and ladies.
Guess what day it is?
It's only Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to see how you would react to that.
It is Tuesday. Defenders Live is on the radio. Dylan and Steven having a ball, as we always do.
Yes, we are.
Go to doaeshow.com for everything that is Defenders Live. That includes all the archives going back to the very beginning when we were just wee lads.
It is wonderful. You should try it.
It was all new. It was cute. We were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and kind of sad in some instances. You can also find us on all the social medias. That would be the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the MeWe's, all of them at DOAE Show. Also, make sure when you tweet at us or you talk to us in any way, make sure you use the hashtag arm yourselves, and that is with an L-E-V or L-V-E-S, not the L-F-S.
Please use the LVES. Please.
It drives him insane.
It really does.
So please do that. I hope everybody's having an awesome evening, because I know I am.
Yes. Oh, by the way, for everybody out there, welcome to That's
Because that's what we're here for.
That
That's
is exactly.
We're the last live show of the day.
You know. But we got to make it fun. We've got to make it entertaining. It's got to be a little bit of a
Exactly, because if you can't have fun here, I mean, what's the point? What is the point?
What is the point?
We are. I don't know why that song just started popping in my head.
I don't know, but please stop singing it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, so let's get this party started.
Let's get it started in here.
Yeah, something like that. Be quiet, Fergie. Anyway, kind of as an update, as we did. When did we originally do this story?
It was
a week or so ago.
Oh, I think it was 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks,
something like that. Anyway, it was all aware that the transgender folk are infiltrating sports.
Yes.
Basically, men who can't hack it in men's sports suddenly decide that they want to be women or claim to be women so they can have a fighting chance, air quotes, at trying to be something they couldn't be against men. So they go and beat women. There was this one story we'd originally got to where there was a bunch of powerlifters who had set all of these goals and all of these records and ended up actually knocking the actual the good one out, the real female, the good female out, knocked her down to 7th in the powerlifting and everything else. But there might not be. They've been stripped. Let's put it this way: the transgender weightlifter is stripped of the woman's title after a drug test confirms male gender. Powerlifter. And I'm not going to say the female's name of it because it's the guy. They wrote down the female name, and I'm not doing that crap. So whatever this dude's the guy is,
the powerlifter,
biological male, competes as a female. Made headlines last month after breaking multiple women's powerlifting records, which sparked widespread outrage. Basically, this person set records in 4 divisions: master world squat, open world bench, masters world deadlift, and masters world total.
Wait. Are you saying? I am saying.
Well, I'm
that
not saying.
A man can physically lift more than a woman, even if they train the exact same way.
Yes. Well, and I'm not just saying that. The story is also saying it.
Is the story also? Are these scientists like genderist or something? What are they? What are they? Are they so hateful that they can't understand
Well, I always thought it was a little bit ironic that these were people who were scientists and yet they can't admit to actual science. But anyway, this is a quote from this guy. Quote, as a transgender lifter,
Quote.
I was unsure what to expect going into this meet.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, all the spotters, the loaders, referees, the staff, meet director, all made me welcome and treated me as just another female lifter.
No, they didn't.
And, this person wrote after the meet.
Well,
after a review,
okay.
Raw
Sure.
Powerlifting Federation
Uh-huh.
has stripped the weightlifter of titles because it determined that this individual was not eligible to compete as a woman.
Yeah, well, because genetics.
Yeah, the pesky DNA came back to bite him in the ass. Quote, our rules and the basis of separating genders for competition are based on physiological classifications rather than identification.
No.
What?
What?
The idiots. On the basis of all the information presented to the board of directors for this particular case, the conclusion made is that the correct physiological classification is male. That was from the Raw Powerlifting Federation president, Paul Bosey.
Allegedly.
Oh, this is to continue. He adds, quote, since the lifter's gender classification for the purpose of our rules is not consistent with female,
Right.
all female records will be broken by these lifts.
Inconceivable.
No female records will be broken by these lifts. I know. How dare it? The Federation statement explained that the wannabe woman drug test further confirmed that the athlete is, quote, actually a male in the process of becoming a transgender female.
You keep using the word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Yep. And how did this person respond? How do you think this person responded?
Inconceivable.
Close. Very close. Outsports reported that the person was, quote, infuriated. I'm sure it went something along the lines of, it's ma'am!
I'm a ma'am!
I wish I had that sounder. I'm getting that later. It's going to be ready for tomorrow.
Well, you know what? You know what? This is what I have to say to this.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened.
Yeah, just a
wee bit.
Just a teensy weensy little bit. Quote, this is from the ma'am. I quote, I feel like I'm being tarred and feathered as this person who got in there competing against 50 women and just stomping all over them and won by some magnificent total. Not to denigrate my own accomplishments or achievements. I'm so very proud of them, but the numbers that I lifted aren't class leading. End quote.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
when Shim says this,
Mm-hmm.
but the numbers that I lifted aren't class leading. They aren't class leading in the males category.
I don't know. I give up with this stuff. I mean,
That's the point right there. It is the wrong. It's correct, but you're in the wrong class.
well, again, it goes back to, like I said it before, the guy was in the male class. He did it for a while, and he realized he was sucking at it, that he couldn't beat these other guys. And so in order to do it, what did he do? Somebody somewhere watching something came up with this genius idea. You know, if you pretend to be a girl, or if you suddenly decide you're a girl, or whatever, then maybe you can go in and do this.
Well, here's the thing. Testosterone and roid rage are real.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
And that's why when you see these mams and they get all bent out of shape for being called a dude because they look like a dude wearing a dress.
Yep.
It's because they're a dude wearing a dress.
Yeah. That I don't know how comfortable I would be in a dress. I mean, I hear it's breezy and all, but
I mean, have you worn a kilt?
No.
You should try it one day.
I thought about it.
I've had to wear lederhosen.
No, that I wouldn't admit to.
Well, it was for a play.
I was gonna say, isn't that right up there with like a unitard?
Well, no, I was wearing it for The Sound of Music.
I was gonna say, were you playing Heidi or something?
No,
What's going on?
I was in The Sound of Music. I was one of the bad guys and happened to have lederhosen to wear. I don't know why, but they did it.
Every bad guy wears lederhosen.
Right? Every bad guy wears lederhosen in South Pacific and for not South Pacific, but Sound of Music. I mean, come on. It's just there, right?
Oh,
Look,
People
guys,
over to the Twitter's mad because we beat him to the it's ma'am.
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am.
Well, it's your fault for not getting there fast enough. But you know what? Don't
What?
cry.
Don't
Don't be like a leftist. Don't freak out. And instead, calm down, cool down, and go check out Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile has amazing service. Not only, yeah, it is true. It is very true. Not only that, but they've given more than $2 million to support your constitutional rights. You can actually put your money to work supporting the causes that you want to support instead of giving your money to these companies that not only don't really care about you, but don't care about your values or what you believe in either. Maybe you should check them out. Go to patriotmobile.com/mojo, patriotmobile.com/mojo50. You can get unlimited talk and text plans starting as low as $25 a month. So why wait? They pay. They'll even waive your activation fees for 2 lines on your account when you go to patriotmobile.com/mojo50. And you guys got Rondo on the MeWe's.
Yep.
Rondolph's on the MeWe's, trolling a little bit.
I seen that. Rough roads over on the MeWe's. Hey, I'm unitarded. I'm offended.
I think you have that a little off there. It's just not quite there, Big Shoots. Not quite there.
Yeah, not quite the one that you're thinking of. I think you're.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
That's the one I think you're thinking
I
of.
really do think that's where you're trying to go with
unitard.
that. If you're unitard, that means you're only, dilapidated in one area.
Aww. That's just little heart.
Yup.
Asking for a friend Jackal over on Twitter is at Dylan Lyles. You already wore yoga pants, so a dress isn't a far stretch.
It is a far stretch because
See what you did there with the
I
stretching?
see what you
Thank
did there. I see what you did there.
That was good.
But you know what? I'm gonna take a pass on that.
Yeah.
And just give it this.
Hard no.
All right.
Yeah.
It is a very different stretch. I mean,
Ugh.
stretching out the yoga pants is very different than not having anything on else.
Hard no.
Yeah. So we're just gonna let that slide.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue on.
Dumpster fire.
I love it.
Quote. I will continue to cheat on my husband with a different guy every week until Trump is impeached.
You know what's hard is you can't. So when I first read this, I was like, this is stupid, but this could be good.
Mm-hmm.
And just hearing you read the headline again, like I don't know what else to say to that.
All right, one more time.
Okay, go ahead.
And
Try
I
again.
quote, "I will continue to cheat on my husband with a different guy every week until Trump is impeached." End quote.
What happens if you catch like something?
I don't know. Maybe she doesn't care.
How big of a town do you live in?
Apparently big enough. She's in
Is
she's in
his husband
California.
aware? I have questions. Like I really have like genuine. Is her husband aware that this is going on? Is he like?
I
Is
think
she sitting there one day going, I need to protest this. I just need to do something. I'm just gonna go sleep with some guy.
I think he's a cuck.
Well, and I got that part too. But what? So, does she really think that if Trump's sitting there and hears about this, he goes, well, son of a bitch, this poor woman is out there sleeping around, all because maybe I should step down. Maybe I should step down. Or does anybody else in her district go, holy crap, we got somebody who's sleeping with everybody.
Look. I'm looking at a picture of her now. Her eyebrows are drawn on her face. She's paler than a degen who hasn't been in the sun for like 15 years.
Oof.
And she's also fat. And her hair's dyed.
Bless her heart.
I've got to tell you, she doesn't really have that many prospects, and the fact that she's claiming that she can get a guy once a week, every week.
And this is just how this wonderful story starts off. That was just the headline. As we know,
sorry,
the Trump presidency has been destroying marriages and families across the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I don't know of anything, but look, let's go on. It isn't hard to imagine how this could be given the fact that Trump is a racist, misogynistic, bigot, nationalist who prides himself in his disturbing ability to harass women and people of color.
I think that deserves this.
Men in America have a stronger tendency to vote for conservatives as opposed to women.
Wait a second. Hold your horses.
I'm holding those said horses.
Why aren't we worried about conservative women? Excuse me, lady. Why are you saying that women cannot be conservative?
Whoa.
Are you
How dare you, with your white privilege, assume the gender identity of this woman?
Look, first off, she's whiter than I am. So I have that right because she is whiter than me. So obviously I am the more minority than her. So, and she's from Nebraska, California. Can you be more white?
Yeah, it's so bad. So it's this spot in California is so bad they couldn't come up with their own name. They had to take it from another state.
Yeah, they call it Nebraska because there's so many white people that it's literally like a sea of white paper.
Anyway, so obviously men have a stronger tendency to vote for conservatives as opposed to women. Because of this, we have no one to blame for the Trump administration but straight white men.
Hard pass.
Therefore, an increasing number of marriages are breaking apart from the foundation simply because the women find it hard to stay with a man who is among the same gender identity as those who elected Trump in the first place.
You are of the same color as the man.
Look, not even that. If you're married, and I don't say this to anybody. If your marriage is so fickle that it fell apart over something like this, it was never stable in the first place.
And she was never stable in the first place.
There
She
you
says,
go.
quote, men are to blame for Trump being in office. Being an office. Not in office, being an office.
Apparently they don't have an editor either. But
You're
go
right.
ahead.
I married my husband 4 years ago, but even though he didn't vote for Trump himself, there are other men who did. For this reason, I feel no guilt in cheating on my husband until Trump gets impeached. You are a whore.
A whore.
A whore.
Yes. So you're screwing around, knowingly screwing around your husband, and like this is what makes it worse. It's like I feel bad for the husband because the husband has like, whether he knows or not. Now, if he knows, it's just pathetic on his part. But let's assume for a moment that he doesn't know, that he is completely naive to this whole thing.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
He is literally and figuratively being screwed over by this thing. And she's like doing this just because people like him? Air quotes, voted for. What? Are you kidding me?
My
You just want to
my
find
husband.
a way to justify you being a slut. That's
Oh, no,
all
no,
it
no.
is.
My
Pure and
husband
simple.
did not vote for him, but even still, he is a white man, and white men voted for him. White women also voted for him in
Yes.
droves, lady.
Which is why she's not sleeping with other white women. Just
Zig
so
the
you
Trucking
know.
Gator's asking, is she white or is she lily white? And I am saying she is paler than a vampire who has been asleep for the
Look.
past 7,000 years.
Look. The theme song to Casper popped into my brain.
She is translucent, my friend. You can see the musculature, which isn't there. It's mainly just fat globules underneath her skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is not good. It is not a pretty sight. If you can see your skeletal structure from your skin, you are bad, especially if you're fat.
Yeah. That is pretty bad. To finish off this short little thing real fast, the last paragraph says, it is brave and stunning how liberal women have the pride and courage to stand up to man and not let their sexist policies get in the way of achieving what they really want. In theory, the more women cheat on their husbands, the less likely men are to vote for Donald Trump in 2020. Something to think about.
You know what? It sounds like these women have a problem with gun control.
I almost said something I shouldn't have said. Yes, it is. They have a problem with gun control.
And although I really want to talk about the gun box, I really don't want to touch that with a 29.5-foot pole at the moment.
Ew.
So let's talk Tar River Arms instead. Have you been to Tar River Arms lately?
I have, as a matter of fact.
Matter of fact.
I was just across the street from the new location that
Oh
will be
my
opening
goodness.
July 9th.
Oh, it's so good.
I was sitting there. We was at the Zaxby's across the street, and I was eating, going, "We're gonna be over there."
Oh, speaking of, people want you to do the cookout on Monday instead of that Tuesday night. They want to do it Monday
that's the
night.
thing. If it depending on who shows up and when they get there, et cetera, we will do that. Everybody's definitely getting together and going to eat, whether or not it's food and do something at my house or whether that all hinges.
It's all going to
on-
happen. Look, go to traguns.com or tarriverarms.com. Use the promo code MOJO at checkout. And you can get a promotion. I think it's a $25 gift card and free shipping on any orders over $600. So if you order anything over $600, which really isn't that hard to do, consider you're buying a gun. You get free shipping on it plus $25 gift card, which helps you with any additional fees and such, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So go to TRA Guns, tarriverarms.com. It's America's first virtual gun store. They've got great guns, great prices at a great service, and they're opening a full-on brick-and-mortar location.
So excited.
July 9th.
Yep.
We're going to be there. You're going to be there, and it's going to be friggin' amazing.
It's gonna be awesome.
tarriverarms.com.
So awesome. Yes. Oh, a couple of things over on Twitter's real fast.
Oh, yeah. I saw a few of them.
Asking for a friend, Jack Hole. Can we sue California for making Nebraska look bad?
No. Asking for a friend, Jackal, but is she one of those DJs from Upcountry?
Yes. I
Yes.
would argue yes.
Yes, she is a DJ. She is an Upcountry DJ. Thank
Straight
you
Upcountry
for
DJ.
catching all of those references.
Thank you. See?
Peekapool, the snarky Jackal. Nothing like being a slut to own Trump.
There you go.
Nothing like it. Speaking of, you should always use the hashtag let her voice be heard. Let
Yes.
her voice be heard when you tweet anything going forward.
Sarah the baddest jackhole. Dumpster fire.
Dumpster
and
fire.
Rob Phillips is trolling us on MeWe.
That's it. That sound right there
Now.
means that it's time for commercial break. We'll be right back. ya.
Dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire!
Yeah. Yeah, mister.
Lovely.
It's magical.
So Peekapoo wants to know, how does Zaxby's compare to Bojangles and Popeyes?
But
Popeye's chicken is the shiznit. I don't know. I've never had it. I can't eat it.
no, no, like that to me of the three, like that's number 3. Like it's not bad, but it's number 3. I would do Bojangles first and then Zaxby's second.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes Zaxby's better is it has more of a little bit more of a variety. It feels a teensy bit classier because they use like Texas toast. And they don't do biscuits. That's the difference. So like if you want a biscuit, you go to Bojangles. If you want toast, you go to Zaxby's.
There you go. Rough Roads Ahead says, "Welp, I know what I'm not doing with my hands."
Ew. Ew.
Ew.
Cougar Jackhole Diva, you got an idea for TRA opening?
Yes, she does.
You
I told her
do?
to send it over.
Yeah. Oh, I see that now. There you go.
Mhm,
Sorry, I didn't read further. See, this is why I don't do the read off the MeWe because I get like screwed
You
being
get
way behind.
so confused.
I get stuck.
You get stuck in the rut
My ADHD just like bites me in the ass, and then I'm
every time.
left at the tail end of everything.
It's like a Joe Biden creeping up behind you. It's
Oh, rather not.
hard no.
Or no.
All right, timeout.
Live on the radio. Oh, and Zig, the trucking gator,
Uh-huh.
it's for you.
Yep.
Sending
There
us
it
all
is.
the wonderful little memes that go with it.
And in case you guys didn't hear it over during the break, if you were listening on the radio or anything, Rough Roads Ahead over on the MeWe says, "Welp, I know what I'm not doing with my hands."
Ew. That's just nasty. I don't want to know what you are or are not doing with your hands.
I don't. Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of. They were talking about the lady that was whoring around. That was whoring.
She was wahooring.
She was whooring. Remember, there's horror and whore.
Yes. Wahooer.
Whore.
I don't know who genius idea it was to put a W and an H there, but
It's called the English language.
yeah, well, back old English used to have an F to resemble an S, so
That's also true, but that's type font. That's not reality. I mean, it's just.
no,
there.
I know, but
They didn't want to spend the money on making an S, so they just used the F. They were like, you know what? It's cheaper. We're just gonna use the F. Why not?
hell with it. We already took the time to chisel out all other.
It looks
25
all cursive S. Whatever. Who cares?
It looks fancier this
Have
way.
you ever tried to read books that are like that, like the old type font? Oh gosh, it's
Like the first time you read it, you realize you're talking like Mike Tyson.
if
Fourth star in 7th year. Oh wait,
if what? How?
that's not right. This is not.
Doesn't make any sense. Oh, they're using an old type font. Okay, got it. No worries.
Remember when I first read it, I was like fourth, or I was like 5th or 6th grade. It's
That's-
the damnedest thing.
Yeah, it is. It is the darndest thing. So speaking of darndest things, Apple lost a Supreme Court case.
What?
Yeah, they lost.
Apple.
Apple. Yeah. You know, Mac, iMac. They lost a Supreme Court case.
What the hell they lose for, man?
Well-
like they don't lose anything. They're Apple.
Well, Apple lost this. This is the case was Apple versus Pepper. Okay?
Wait a minute.
Not
Hold on.
Dr. Pepper.
Wait a minute. Are we still talking about real Apple, or are we talking about food?
No, we're talking about the company.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And by the way, don't put pepper on your apples. That's just terrible. That's not
That's
a good
nasty.
idea.
No,
don't do that.
No.
Look, if you're gonna do that, just go by yourself. Don't. Just no. Just don't do it.
It's not Dr. Pepper, is it?
No, it's not Dr. Pepper either.
Okay.
Apple vs. Pepper is an antitrust lawsuit filed by Robert Pepper. He might be an MD.
If he is, he won't admit to it.
That's right. Well, this is back from 2011. That's when this case originally started. It has gone through everything since then. The plaintiff in Apple vs. Pepper argues that Apple's basic App Store model is an unlawful monopoly.
Wait, why?
Okay. You want to know?
I do.
You want to know,
actually.
Dylan? Okay, Dylan. You want to know? Okay. You want to know?
I want to know.
Okay,
Yes, I
Dylan?
want to know.
Dylan, okay. All right, Dylan. I'm going to let you know. Apple only provides access to its iOS apps through the App Store, and it requires developers to pay a 30% commission on any paid-for apps. So the plaintiff claims that this fee gets passed on to the user who have nowhere else to buy the apps from if you happen to have an Apple. For the past 8 years, Apple has argued that app buyers don't have the legal right to sue at all. The company invoked the 1970 case called Illinois Brick Company versus Illinois, which prevents indirect purchasers from filing antitrust suits. Then it claimed that Apple's direct customers were developers, not users. So they're not. They're the only ones with legal standing to file a complaint. A lower court agreed with Apple in their interpretation, but the Ninth Court overturned that ruling, which is probably a good idea. And then Apple took the case to the Supreme Court yesterday. The Supreme Court ruled on the earlier question involving the Illinois Brick, upholding the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling. So in a 5-4 decision, it states, iPhone owners are not consumers at the bottom of a vertical distribution chain who are attempting to sue manufacturers at the top of the chain. There is no intermediary in the distribution chain between Apple and its consumer. The iPhone owner purchases apps directly from the retail Apple, who is the alleged antitrust violator. The iPhone owner pays the alleged overcharge directly to Apple. That's one of the opinions from Kavanaugh. So what this is saying and what this is going through, because I could go through this for the next 2 hours if I really wanted to.
Yes, but then it would bore me to death. And
yeah, then, he would fall asleep and you guys would hate me for it and it would be a terrible idea. So
you mean it would resemble something like a
Dumpster fire!
It would be worse than a dumpster fire. It would be so much worse.
Wait a minute. You mean
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened.
It kind of would have been that way. By the way, whoever put that thing image, James in Louisiana, you should be ashamed of yourself. On MeWe, that is keep it. Never mind. All right. Anyway, continuing on. If you want to know what I'm babbling about, just
wow.
Just go to MeWe. Just go to MeWe.
What in the world?
Yeah, if you want to know what I'm about. So
no, don't
do it. Just don't do it. You don't want to do it. Look, it's blue waffles. Don't Google that. Okay? Do not Google that. Don't do it.
Let's go back to talking about this boring thing with Apple.
Let's talk about the Supreme Court case. So here's what happened. Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Excuse me, Mr. Pepper. Mr. Pepper won a Supreme Court case against Apple. What that means is, more than likely, coming very, very soon to a theater near you and every iPhone available, you will be able to purchase apps outside of the Apple Store for your devices for less money.
Okay. But doesn't that kind of, in the grand scheme of things, jeopardize the security of that Apple's been able to hold on to for so long?
Well, see, here's the thing. The security that they've been holding on to is the fact that nobody really cares to actually hack Apple.
Well, and part of the reason why is because everything is close-knit. You can't get I mean, you can. You can jerry-rig some stuff. You can Danny Gans things. You can go way out in the left field, and you can find ways to circumvent back to it to get things downloaded from the outside. But
Always.
for the most part, it's all inside the Apple realm. And because it's inside the Apple realm, you're keeping the circle tight. And by keeping it tight, you have less chance of anybody being able to get in there. Yeah, I thought about that,
I missed the bell, so there you go.
I was debating. But anyway, you have less of a chance of any actual hacking. And if you do, you can catch it pretty quick.
Yes.
If you do this and you open this up to other stuff, that means theoretically you could get stuff off of, say, the Google store or whatever.
Yes.
I'm not saying there's nothing good there, but then you run that risk because now you're not going to be able to funnel it through.
Well, you won't be able to get it off the Google store because Google does the same thing with all Android phones. They designate the apps are only downloadable to Google to Android devices.
Yeah. So what's the difference? This is where I'm confused.
The difference is the big difference is with Android devices you can download whatever the hell you want. And it doesn't really matter. Like, as long as it's not an Apple-based product, you can download whatever the heck you want.
Yeah.
So any developer can make anything you want, and you'll be able to download it as long as it's not an Apple version of it. You know what I mean? Because Apple, you have to have their Apple does have a separate version because all of their systems work on a different framework. It's a different setup. So if developers decide they want to make products for Apple, what this is now saying is that those people who decide that they want to make something for Apple people don't have to go through Apple to get people to download it. To get people to buy their product, they don't have to use Apple systems.
Basically they're removing Apple as the gatekeeper.
Right.
Basically.
Apple will no longer and can no longer be the middleman between you and the developers of applications. Which is okay. That actually means more freedom. That means more freedom. And you know what else means more freedom?
What?
Ridgezone. Do you know why?
Shut up.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because when you're skinny, you have more freedom to move around.
Telling me.
You have more freedom to wear clothes that fit. You have more freedom to look better in the mirror. Maybe not great. Maybe you're fugly. But at least
I am fugly.
But at least you'll have a few less pounds on your body. Ridgezone is America's first weight management supplement with OEA. It's oleethylamide. It is a natural metabolite of olive oil produced in the human body. It was formulated to aid healthy weight loss, to be safe and effective. And it takes 12 liters of olive oil.
That's a lot of olive oil.
For just one bottle of Ridgezone. Look, this is made specifically to cut your calorie consumption, to boost your metabolism, to help burn fat. It's not a stimulant, so you don't have to get the jitters. You're not going to get the jitters. You're not going to have issues with that. It's naturally present in your body, so there's not going to be any of those weird rejection things with all other drugs out there on the market. It's vegetarian, gluten-free, non-GMO, patented, and it's amazing. Go to ridgezone.com, RIDU zone.com. And you can get a special 30% coupon when you get your 3-month supply. So you get a 3-month supply, and you get it 30% off over at Ridgezone, RIDU zone.com.
Oh, my goodness. Just peachy on me wheeze. Did Dylan just say Ganny Dance? No.
Yes. Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
The word was Danny Gans.
You said Ganny Dance.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say roll the tape back, but we can't because we don't have tape.
Because we're not on tape. There's no tapes here.
There's no tape here. No, I said Danny Gans.
You said no.
Danny Gans. It's another word for to walk, to meander, to trudge, to amble.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm there. I'm there with you.
You know what irritates me is I can't figure out how to spell it, nor can I find it in the damn thesaurus. But I know it's a real word. Pissing me off. I was gonna type it in there. And then I was like, I can't find it. That's why I was looking on my phone just now. I was like, I couldn't find it in the thesaurus.
Mm.
So.
Maybe you shouldn't try to find it in the source.
As I looked in the dictionary too, and I couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
So there. Anyway, Dandygans. It's a good word. It's
Yeah.
a good word.
Yeah.
That's a good word. Let's see. Asking for a friend, Jackhole. Galaxy owners also have the Galaxy Store.
It's true.
I don't know. I've the last Android phone I ever had was the Evo from Sprint. And no, I think I still have that phone somewhere. And that it got to a point where I couldn't. It would never keep a charge very well, and so I literally stayed plugged in to the wall. I had a 90-foot cord to keep the thing charged, and it would almost die from the house to the car. It was that bad. I got introduced to Apple, and I haven't looked back.
See, you just don't look back.
You don't. It's, and everybody's like, "Oh, you got Apple. You're a hipster." Yes, look at me. I'm a hipster.
Yes, he's a hipster. Don't you see him with his beard
And my beanie.
and his cropped hat?
And my my skinny jeans.
And his skinny jeans, otherwise known as yoga pants.
Those always goes yoga pants. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Having his overpriced latte.
I do. Well, it's not overpriced latte.
It's actually reasonably priced coffee.
It is APR coffees.
Yes,
That's
it is
not
APR
overpriced
coffee.
lattes at all.
It's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. For 3 overpriced lattes, you can get an entire bag or an entire pound of APR coffee, and get some of the best flavors in the world at your doorstep.
Yes, and it is and the chocolate drops.
Yeah.
So with every order, we're testing a new one out.
Oh, you're doing some.
And this month we're on the coconut flavor.
Oh, sometimes
so
you feel like a
far,
nut.
next to the mint is probably my favorite. Next to the mint.
So are they more like mounds?
It sometimes no. It's got a mounds feel to it.
So you like the mounds feel?
I do. I like mounds in my mouth.
Allegedly.
No, it's a fact. Right? Just it's actually
That's true.
it is very true. It is very true. Anyway, moving on from this awkward situation. So you have children.
Yes.
You have little girls.
Yes.
And what's the word I'm looking for here? Impressionable age.
Yes. Sure.
So you kids watch PBS any?
No.
At all?
No.
Never?
No.
Good, because I don't know why in the hell you would watch PBS, because it's the devil.
No.
Anybody who's watched PBS or have kids who watch PBS probably will want to stop after this one. The TV show Arthur.
Yeah.
His teacher, Mr. Ratburn, is gay and has finally gotten married.
I don't care.
In the cartoon, queer representation in children's animation has been getting better and better as the years go by. BT Dubs, this is from Pride.com. So this is a straight up homosexual magazine article. So they're obviously thrilled about this.
Sure, yeah.
But I digress.
Who cares that Mr. Rathburn is gay? I'm white as a cracker. What do you want?
Yeah, well, it's Ratburn, not Wrath. There's no H.
Yeah.
It's Ratburn.
He's a rat.
And while it is nice to see so many new inclusive titles premiering on so many networks, we wish some of our old school faves would also introduce queer characters.
Oh my God.
Well, it looks like Arthur might have just heard our prayers.
Oh my God.
The long-running PBS Kids series, which has been airing since 1996, just confirmed that Nigel Ratburn, Arthur's Reed's cake-loving third-grade Lakewood Elementary School teacher, is queer.
Oh my God, it only took 20 years.
Oh my God, in the new episode, Mr. Ratburn and his special someone, viewers finally get to see Mr. Ratburn marry his husband. It's literally the cutest thing ever.
That is like so not. I don't care. I don't care.
Current
I
author,
don't
viewers,
care.
a little too young for Twitter.
Don't care.
When OG fans who grew up with Arthur in the 90s and 2000s found out about Mr. Ratburn's new husband,
Don't care.
they rightfully freaked out.
Oh my god. I don't care.
Like toads.
Don't care.
It's just
Don't
so
care.
Why?
Don't care.
I would argue, and people will turn around and say, well, why do we? You're okay with having heterosexual relationships and stuff like that. Well, yeah, because one, that's normal. Two, depends on the show. If I'm watching an action movie, I'm not a fan of the whole.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tragic love story where the man has had a broken past.
Sure.
And only she can reach in and mend his broken heart. That drives me insane.
What do you say to a broken heart?
Pretty much. I stop messing with stuff. Stop politicizing everything. Stop trying to push an agenda. Let people be who they are. And if the situation arises in real life that a child runs into the situation of a man being with another man, then the parent can then do their job and explain to said child and be the parent they're supposed to be.
Yes.
And leave it at that.
All I've got to say is
thing.
Look, all I really have to say is this.
Okay.
Any company that airs shows that house a bunch of dudes putting their hands up at puppets' ass and then espousing that they're gay tendencies.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yes.
You've been doing it for too long. I don't care.
Shocker.
You've been pushing the agenda for so long. It doesn't matter. You're not getting any more people. You are supposed to be funded by the people.
Yep. You get donations from the endowment of arts and all of these
these endowments,
left-wing endowments and they're not even charities. These organizations that house these money to funnel these agendas, these corporations, and you've done this. It was originally set up. Originally, it was done as a great thing. It was a good, like my opinion, unions.
Yeah.
It had its time. It met its thing. We've gotten to a place now where it has become second nature to have this stuff, to have decent working rights and what have you. So we don't need unions anymore.
That's right.
Same thing with this stuff. We don't need.
Well, here's the thing, right? I'm with asking for a fringe jackal.
Mm-hmm.
He says, my favorite show has a gay pastor. It doesn't bother me, but I don't let my child watch it either.
Ding! Why? Because you're doing what not a lot of other people are doing. You're being a parent.
It's also a very R-rated show.
Yeah, it is. It's my favorite.
We know what it is.
Yeah, it is.
And so when kids come around, you go
Hard no.
and turn them around. That's
well,
Allegedly.
right.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can't cancel PBS, Sarah. I'm sorry. You can't cancel them.
One guy in Louisiana on Twitter, Arthur has been in elementary school for 22 years. Now we know why. His teacher is gay.
Mm-hmm. Which means he probably is as well.
Oh,
he's been digging his nose in a little bit too much rap.
PBS Kids is canceled. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that crap. Zig the Trucking Gator, as an adult, it is obvious that Ratburn is gay, but it doesn't matter to kids. Keep your politics away from my effing kids. And I would actually argue keep your kids away from the stupid crap on PBS. I mean, like seriously, with TV in the spot that it's in, with streaming and even cable being where it's at today.
Yeah.
Who the hell is watching PBS?
Schools.
Okay.
And there are a bunch of like people with young kids that will watch PBS still.
But I'm saying
they'll throw it on because
I've got young kids. there's all kinds of stuff that you can put on
well, they'll
Netflix.
throw it on because they think it's safe. They see PBS as safe because they remember the PBS of their age, their era.
Yes, and
I
get
so they
that,
think it's
but,
safe.
And again, just goes to show that you're not being a parent. You're not doing your due diligence and raising your child and taking the responsibilities you're supposed to do. You're leaving that in the hands of other people, and they are raising your kids to be okay with this stuff. Now, it's not that to necessarily say, well, we're not having the argument discussion right now of gay marriage and all this crap. Well, I'm not doing that right now. What I am saying is that these kids are now learning that it is okay to push agendas, to throw something out hard enough, raise enough hell about something, and eventually somebody's going to do something about it.
Yes.
And that's not how this is supposed to be, instead of actually letting people live their lives.
Yep.
Period. And
thank you. Thank you for that soapbox. Maybe you should try standing on a cat cooler next time.
I know you do not ever stand on a cat cooler.
Why not? It's very tall.
It is. And it is rugged. And it is rugged. Awesome coolers.
It's made in the United States. I mean, it keeps your ice cold for up to 7 days. It's fully customizable. Why not? You could put a wooden piece on the top of it just so you can stand up on it if you wanted to. So why not?
Why not?
It comes in 5 colors. Why not?
Yeah, because that is not how you treat.
It's rugged. Why not?
It is rugged, and it's rugged and designed to hold up whatever life may throw at it, but you do not intentionally tear something up.
What if throwing at it means standing up on top of it so that you can get up on your soapbox and tell the people like it is?
Because if I stand on it, then I can't get what I need out of it.
But you're only going to stand up there for a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to stand up there all day.
And get back up again, and I got to open it, and I just assume stand on something else of equal height, and then just bend down to get into it.
Oh, you like to bend down, do you?
Do it in yoga pants.
Yeah, you do like to bend down. We know that. You should go to catcoolers.com. Find out what we're talking about. Go to catcoolers.com. Use the promo code Steven over there at your checkout and get 10% off on your purchase over at catcoolers.com.
Oh, Zig the Trucking Gator. And now Zig shall go at Dylan Lyle's level, ape nuts. Yes. Politics don't belong anywhere near children, you piece of poo dill holes.
Yes.
And I am
we completely approve of this message.
Yes, I doctored it up, obviously, but yes, I'm right there with you. I wish we could go back to the days of just tell a story. Because I again, going back to it real fast to reiterate it, I'm the same way. I don't watch certain shows just because I don't want to see some stupid love story. I don't care about that. No. If it is an action movie, there should not be a love story twinge to it at all. There should not be a break where there's a romantic love scene between this man and his no.
Why?
Nope.
Why does that have to be there? Can we just have the action, please?
Yes, please get a bigger gun and blow something up. That's what needs to happen.
If it's a fighting movie, I just want to see the fights. If it's a racing movie, I just want to see the races.
Yeah, this is true.
If it's giant robots beating each other to death, I want to see giant robots beating each other to death, not a teenage love story with like 5 minutes of giant robots beating each other to death.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. Give me more of what I want.
Wow, I don't know what I just clicked over on the MeWe, and apparently
Brandon is a little bee.
Yeah, well, that's
I don't know.
In the middle of that one.
I don't know why that's a thing. Why is that a thing, guys?
I don't know. I something on and
oh goodness.
At least the guy from Louisiana. At least Dylan didn't get that. Oh, he sounds so cute when he's mad thing. Brandon gets. And
yeah, that's because he does sound cute when he's mad. It's just I don't want to mention that to him because it does make me laugh. He makes me laugh when he's mad. That's it. Anyway, guys, that sounder means it's time for the closing of the show. This has gone too fast, as always. And here is your bell count for the day.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Today we had 16 missed innuendo bells, 36 actual bells, 2 horns, 11 AOCs, and 17 creepy Joes, giving us a grade of C- for the day. Peace out and good night, y'all.
So there you go.
We got to get it more to a B average, I think.
I really think we do. I think that's what has to happen. Anyway, always see us, folks. Later.
Bye.